guys ready for my home gym? Finally, my home gym in my garage. I am going to give you a tour of it. I know I've been promising this for a while, and it's finally here. So welcome back to my channel where I share with you everything I know about health and fitness while I work full-time as an ICU nurse. So if you haven't yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, and let's get into this video. Okay guys, as I give you this tour, I'm going to highlight the different pieces of equipment that you really need for your home gym, that I think is essential for your home gym, and what pieces of equipment you don't really need, or it's just kind of like an added bonus. And then the other thing that I'll do too is I'll link everything that I can down below, and I'll explain as I go along the different pieces of equipment that I have. But a lot of these pieces of equipment I've accumulated, and my husband has accumulated over the past about 10 years or so. So some things I'm not going to be able to link, but if I can't link something, then I'll link a similar link down below. And then the other thing I wanted to say too is that if we're able to make this little space into our garage gym, you can really make any space in your house into a gym, because this garage is super old. It was built in 1905, and yeah, over the past 100 years it's been like kind of reinforced, but it's super rickety, it's not insulated, it's kind of pretty shitty, honestly. And we've made our little tiny 2-car garage, it's barely a 2-car garage, into a really nice space for us to work out in. I will say though, it is a small space, so it's a little bit difficult for more than 2 people to work out in, and it is a little bit difficult for even 2 people to work out in, but we've made it our own. So we did transform half of our little tiny garage into a really nice home gym. So if we're able to do that, you're definitely able to do that too. Okay guys, so first of all, the mats. I really want to talk about the mats because these are so cool. We got this at the Tractor Supply Company, and they are stall mats that are meant for horses, and they are super durable. They're really nice to work out on because they're a little bit on the cushy side, but they're really supportive. You can drop weights on it and it won't do anything to the mats. So I highly recommend that you buy these. They are a little bit pricey, about $48 each or so. They're very heavy though, so it was quite a challenge to load them up into our U-Haul when we moved up here. We had similar stall mats in California in our first home gym. By the way, our home gym is nicknamed Thunderdome. The first one that we had in California was Thunderdome 1, and that one was epic. We had a 3-car garage in California, and we turned one of the spaces in the 3-car garage into our home gym. So that home gym was super big. That build, our house build in California, was brand new, so it was very sturdy. The walls were very sturdy. So, but the stall mats we had to leave behind. So anyways, this is Thunderdome 2, the second version, which is clearly not as epic. I'll try to find a picture of our other home gym and I'll put it here. But anyways, we had to buy new stall mats when we moved up here. I think we have, yeah, so we have 8 of them. So each mat is about 6 feet long and 4 feet wide. And we have 8 of them. So that gives you an idea of how big our space is. It's not very big. Also, the other thing too I wanted to mention about these mats is you can cut them up with a really sharp razor knife to fit whatever space you want. Also, they do smell really bad when you buy them. So what we did was we put them in our garage just for a few days so that the fumes and the smell kind of gets out from them, and then you're good to go, and they don't smell anymore. It takes about a week or so for the smell to go away. It is bothersome though if you try to work out on them and they smell. But it doesn't take very long for the smell to go away. So I think what I'll do is I'll start from the corner over here and kind of work my way around. So we'll start over here. Now, our garage, because it's so old, we only have one outlet, but we've made it work. So like I said, you can make whatever space you have at home work if we could make our space work. So over here we have our only outlet right here. And so we have an extension cord right here too, in case we need it for other electronics. And this cord here, over there we have a little stereo, so this charges that. And then over here we have our lights that are hanging from our ceiling to give us some extra light, and they're on this remote here, so it's just an on and off remote. We got this at Home Depot, very inexpensive, so there's on and off, and it really does light up the space quite nicely. And then the other thing we use the plug for in the winter, the space heater, we also got at Home Depot. It really does nicely heat up whatever space you're working out in. It gets quite cold here in Washington. And then the other thing we use this outlet for is our treadmill. Now, we keep our treadmill covered when we don't use it. This really thick blanket, I highly recommend you buy. For any electronics that you have in your garage, I recommend that you cover them when you're not using them, because otherwise the dust settles into the electronic motors and things like that and will ruin your equipment. This heavy blanket is really nice. We just got it at the U-Haul store when we were moving, and we just kept them. But I do want to show you this treadmill that we have. I will link this down below too. I don't think they have this same model anymore. We bought this back in 2015, I believe. But we have used it here and there. We haven't used it as much as I thought. Treadmills definitely aren't a necessity in your home gym unless you're a runner and you live in a rainy environment like we do. I'm not a runner, so I just don't really use it that often, but it is nice to have. So we'll unveil it here. And it's super easy to unfold. You just step here. Comes down, and then it kind of just lowers itself. This was pricey. This was around the $2,000 mark from Proform. They make really nice treadmills though, and I highly recommend, if you're gonna get a treadmill, you buy an expensive one, because if you buy a cheap one, they don't last long, they break, and it's not worth it. It's not worth your time and money. We got this online, and it was delivered to our house, so it was really easy to buy. It has different workout plans. It has different training sessions. It connects to your Wi-Fi. So yeah, we've enjoyed using it. Like I said, it's not really necessary for a home gym, but it's nice to have. And then to put it back up is easy too. Just clicks in place, and that's it. Okay, guys, I use the assault bike all the time, like every day. And the reason why I like it so much is because I use it to warm up on for about 5 minutes, just to warm up all my muscles, because the assault bike is really good at really warming up all the muscles in your body without high impact. Also, it's called the assault bike for a reason. It kills you. If you guys have ever tried the assault bike in a workout, it's brutal. It's really good with training your cardiovascular system, and if you want to really heighten the challenge of a workout, just throw some intervals of assault bike in there and you'll have a really good workout. So now the assault bike is not necessary for your home gym, but I think some sort of a bike or a rower or things like that really do help your home gym, because it's low impact, and if you don't want to do anything high impact and want cardio sessions, those are really nice pieces of equipment to have. I will link the assault bike down below. I just really enjoy this a lot. I really enjoy the assault bike, especially for interval training, especially for HIIT training. Okay, so other little things over here. This is a medicine ball. It's 6 pounds, which is perfect for different functional exercises. We got this a very long time ago. I don't even remember when or where we got this, but you can easily find this online. I'll try to find the link and put it down below, but like Target, anywhere sells these med balls, and 6 pounds, like I said, is perfect for any different type of exercise you want to do. Of course, always have foam rollers. These are a necessity for your home gym. I don't use this one very much because these kind of hurt me, but if you want like a better deep tissue massage, you want to try this, but I never use this. It just kind of hurts me. I always use a foam roller after my workouts, just to get the muscles loose and prevents all that soreness from setting in. So this is definitely a necessity. I'll link this one down below. P.S. Yes, the ends are cut off. You can kind of see it's crooked because my stupid cat, the one you always see in my videos, chewed on both ends. So So, and then once you this is foam, of course. So once you like have some sort of breakage, then it all like starts coming off. So we had to cut off the ends. It still works fine, but ridiculous. Stupid cat. The other thing is an exercise ball. I think is really necessary for a home gym. You can do so many different exercises and stretches with this. Really good for core exercises. I just think that this is a really good option to have for different exercises. So this one I got at Target. This has some sand in it, which I think I didn't like it at first, but I do kind of like it because if you drop it, it won't like roll away. So that's kind of nice to have. But exercise ball for sure. Now this box, this is also, I think, a big necessity for your home gym. You don't really need a box. Like you can use other things like a chair or whatever to do exercises, but I love this box. We got this online a few years ago, and I'll link it down below, from Fringe Sport. They're a really good sport company that makes really high quality equipment, and these are like the same kind of boxes CrossFit athletes use too, but it's nice because there's different heights to it. So I really like this. I use this a lot. By the way, my form of, if you're new to my channel, my form of exercise, I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not really like a weight trainer per se. I really like functional movements. I like HIIT training. I like circuit training, more like functional body weight with some weight type of workouts. That's what I like to do. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see like different workouts that I posted that you can try too. So a lot of this equipment, which I'll show you more of course, as we go around the room here, I don't really use very much because a lot of it's bodybuilding style equipment. My husband uses more than I do. Just FYI. These shelves come in really handy because we have like a lot of little things. We got these at Home Depot several years ago. Hopefully they still sell them, from Rubbermaid company. So they've come in handy. I just keep like little things like my yoga blocks I use all the time. These are not really essential for your home gym, but I think it's a nice cheap piece of equipment to have. These are like moon boot type things. These are not essential for your home gym, but you can hang from these upside down and do sit-ups and stuff. I've never tried them. I should try it. My husband got them. He used to be a personal trainer for 24-Hour Fitness, so he's accumulated a lot of stuff over the years, even before we got married many years ago. So we've just kept a lot of it, and sometimes we use it, sometimes we don't. And then like notebooks for different workouts we keep track of. These are push-up. It's called the Perfect Push-Up. They rotate. Apparently they're easier on your wrists for push-ups. I never use these, as you can tell. I don't really know too much about them. I use this sometimes. This is a good piece of equipment to have. This is pretty cheap too, and I'll link this down below, but this is like a roller. You can do it for, I think it's mainly just for abs and core exercises, but I like this piece of equipment. These are socks that I've cut the ends off, the toes off of, and rolled them up, and they're my wrist protection, like for kettlebell exercises. So I don't like just the regular bands that you can buy at the store because they're not long enough or thick enough, and so these are perfect. So pro tip, if you want wrist protection for your kettlebell exercises, just use some socks at home. Booty band, essential for your home gym. I don't like this booty band. I'll still link it down below, but I want to get one with fabric, so because this one tends to like roll on me and stuff. But this is really good, little piece of equipment to have, and it's portable obviously, so that's nice to have. I'll link this down below too. I use this a lot, especially for my hip thrusts. I put this on a barbell so that the barbell doesn't dig into my hips and I can do hip thrusts. I do use this for squats and things like that too, because it can go here too, so the barbell doesn't dig into your neck. I really like this. I use this all the time. This one is the same thing. It's just plastic. My husband uses this one, but I don't really like this one very much because it still hurts me. I like the foam one better, but it's a nice option. And then other little things like grips, and then ankle straps. You can strap these onto the squat rack and do like kicks, things like that. This is it's a lacrosse ball, so you can kind of get into your different like tendons and massage different areas of your body a little bit better than just the foam roller. So we use these a lot. And then there's just some gloves for gripping the bar and things like that in there. And these we don't use very often, but they're straps for a pull-up bar, and you can put your arms in so you don't have to like hang on to the bar, and you can do abs and things like that. I don't like them very much though because it digs into my arms and then it makes marks. So definitely not essential to your home gym. But what else I think is really essential for your home gym are exercise bands. I'll link these down below. I really like these. The colors that we use, red, blue, and green ones, these other ones are really heavy. Like they're very, very resistant. This one is more than my body weight, so I don't use these two. They're just not necessary. But these three I use a lot. They're really good for functional training. I'll wrap it around my waist and hook it to a pole and do sprints. I'll do squats with these. I'll hook it around my feet and do pulls. Yeah, these are really, really nice to have, and you can travel with them and you don't need weights. These act like your weights. So I really like these a lot. The other thing that's essential for your home gym is a jump rope. Even if you can't jump rope wherever your home gym is, it's nice to have, and you jump rope outside. But this is really, really good cardio. I love jump roping. If you can jump rope, oh my gosh, you're in good shape, and it'll burn a ton of calories. So I love this jump rope. I like this one because it's a speed rope, so I'll link it down below. It's kind of fraying at the end, as you can see, because I use it so much, so I need a new one. I don't think I've ever used these before. My husband uses these. Yeah, and you can hang it from a barbell when you do deadlifts and squats. So this is, my husband tells me it's a homemade cable that he wanted to try out. It never got rid of because it was expensive. Anyway, I don't know. We're gonna keep it there for now, but we need to throw it away because I have no idea why it's there. Okay, this is my little speaker that I was telling you about that connects to Bluetooth so you can have music during your workout. Yeah, this is called a Magic Box, and I'll try to find the link because this is, man, I want to say 7 years old. I'm surprised it still works, so it's a good product. Okay, next item. These are not really essential for your home gym, but I use them a lot. They're ankle straps and they're weighted. So each one of these is 10 pounds and they go around your ankle, and you can do pull-ups with them. They just add extra body weight to whatever movement you're doing. And I do use them quite a bit, especially for pull-ups and glute kickbacks. And I put like the weight on my ankle. So I really like these a lot. These are super, super old too, but I've seen them online. So I'll put a link down below so you can check them out. Moving on over here, these are rings that you can strap on to a pull-up bar or whatever bar you're using. And these are not essential to your home gym, but I think they're a nice option to have if you don't have a pull-up bar or you just want kind of some different exercises. You can hang them from a bar and do rows. You can do body weight pull-ups. You can do body weight dips with the rings. So these make you really strong, but you don't really want to use these too much if you can't do body weight pull-ups or anything like that. You want to be safe, but I like these as a option just to switch it up. This is our massive squat rack. I will link a similar model down below, but my husband and we like the squat rack a lot, but there are a lot of things we don't like about it. So I don't recommend you get this big of a squat rack for your home gym. What we should have done was we should have bought a smaller one that attaches to your wall and then like folds up easily and kind of goes flush to the wall, because that way you have a lot more workout space and like floor space to work out. This folds up, but it's really a lot of work to fold it up because you have to undo the pull-up bar, and then you have to undo different hinges, and then it folds up kind of like this way. And of course it doesn't attach to the wall, so it's still sticking out and taking up floor space. So this one is a little expensive too, and the ones that fold up flush to the wall are a little bit cheaper. And honestly, we don't use a lot of the features that this one offers. So I don't really recommend that you buy a big squat rack like this unless you have a really big space in your home for one and you really, really need like tons of different bodybuilding styles of workouts. Then maybe I'd recommend buying this one, but we just don't need this big of a squat rack, and it's really heavy and it's hard to move it around. We are going to be moving soon to a another property in a couple of months, and so this home gym is not staying where it's at. It's actually going to be moving to our next property in a couple of months, and that home gym is going to be even more epic than this one, so I'm excited about that. But this is going to be a beast again to move. I'm happy to have this one though right now because of the pull-up bar. I use this pull-up bar almost every workout session. I don't have a pull-up bar right now. I used to have a pull-up bar at our previous home gym that I was telling you about, but I can't attach our pull-up bar right now to these walls because they're so unstable and rickety. Like, there's no way I can hang like a pull-up bar to the wall. So I'm excited to do that on our next home gym. So I use the pull-up bar a lot. So the squat rack that we wish we had doesn't have a pull-up bar. So right now it works out for us. But this squat rack has different things, like it came with these little bars that you can adjust, and they come off too. So if you don't want to use them, you don't have to. And you know, they're really nice for like dips, you know, body weight dips, and just hanging leg raises. So I use these quite a bit. The other thing that's not great about the squat rack is the pulley system. It's on a sleeve, so it's not very smooth. It's pretty jerky when you try to do different exercises. But with that said, it's nice to have because you can do, you know, different arm exercises, really a lot of different exercises with this pulley apparatus. Also, there's a hook at the bottom for if you need to do exercises from a lower point. So moving on over here. Okay, so this is our barbell that we use mainly. We have another one back there. We have two of them. We use this one more because it's a higher quality bar. But this squat rack's nice because it has a holder for it, as you can see there. So this is your standard 45-pound barbell. I will put a link down below for a nice high quality barbell. So for a nice high quality Olympic barbell like this one, it's gonna run you around $200. It's worth it. We'll link the one that we highly recommend down below. It's from Rogue Fitness. This one's not. We actually got this one from a guy who was trying to sell all of his workout equipment from his backyard back in San Diego like many years ago. But it was very gently used. We got a good price on it. This one, we don't use that often. If you can see the silver one, it's not very high quality. It still does the job. It's still 45 pounds, but it's rusting. It doesn't hold on to the plates very well, and it's just rickety. It's not very stable. So this one is all one piece. It's stable. It doesn't move around. Doesn't have any like loose pieces. So we only use this if like both of us are working out and need a barbell at the same time, which is rare. The other thing that is a necessity to your home gym, if you don't have a squat rack or anything, is this little barbell. I use this a lot because this one, I want to say maybe it's about 10 pounds or so. You can easily put this on your shoulders and do different leg exercises, walking lunges. You can put some small plates here and do bicep curls. Like, this is very multifunctional. So I highly recommend that you buy a little bar like this. These aren't that expensive. So I'll link one down below for that too. Over here is just different pieces of equipment that you can attach to the pulley system. This all didn't come with the squat rack. We've just bought things on Craigslist over the years. We use this one a lot for rows for our back and bicep days. Then, you know, this one we use quite a bit for pull downs, lat pull downs on the pulley system. But like I said, you don't need any of this stuff for your actual home gym, because you can do many of these exercises with dumbbells, body weight stuff, things like that. So I also want to touch on all these plates we have. Let me back up. We definitely do not use all these plates at once. We have a lot of metal plates, and we actually got them from another guy. My husband reminded me. I lose track of where we get all this equipment because we've really just accumulated it over so many years that I'm like, wait, when did we buy that? Wait, where did we get that from? So these plates we got from the same guy as we bought the barbell from in his backyard that he was selling all of his equipment. But the thing is we really don't use these ones very much. They kind of just sit here. I'll use the little ones for like the pulley system a lot, but these big ones just stay here because I always, and my husband can attest to this too, he uses them too, we always use the bumper plates. The bumper plates I highly, highly recommend for your home gym if you have a barbell or a squat rack. Bumper plates are so awesome because you can drop them and like they won't hurt anything. You can do a whole bunch of different like CrossFit movements, you know, lifts, things like that, and drop them on the ground and nothing will happen. Whereas those metal ones, you cannot do that. Bad things will happen. So also I like the rubber on these because you can grip them really well for like, you know, you can put them over your head and do different exercises like overhead lunges, things like that. And they're really nice to grip and hold on to. And I also like that the plates are like the kind of the same width. They're all the same width, so you can do power planes easier, you can do hip thrusts easier. So I almost don't even want the plates anymore because I always use these. Rarely do I use the metal plates. I just love bumper plates. Speaking of bumper plates, if you come over here, we have the 45-pound bumper plates already on this trap bar. And we use this trap bar for deadlifts, and my husband and I prefer to use the trap bar for deadlifts versus the barbell because you can easily, it's more like easier on your central nervous system because you can more easily bend down and make sure that you're in proper form than just trying to do deadlifts with a barbell. So we use this a lot for deadlifts. You can also turn it around and have the handles a little bit higher too, so you don't have to bend down as far. But that's making the exercise easier. So we kind of just keep this set up here because we use it a lot. So I also want to demonstrate too that these plates don't bounce when you drop them from a height. They just dead drop and stop. They don't bounce. So, okay, hopefully I can. This is a lot of weight, okay? The trap bar is 50 pounds and there's 45. These are 45-pound plates. We're just going to go for it here. So yeah, little lesson on deadlifts here. So you want to have your weight on your heels, reach down, shoulders back and down, and then your back straight, and you deadlift. That. Okay, and then I'll drop it. Yeah, very nice piece of equipment. Okay, so moving on. So this squat rack also has a landmine, which I use quite a bit, actually. So you can just put the barbell in here, and you can do a bunch of different exercises like rows, backward lunges, shoulder press, things like that. So that's kind of nice for the squat rack. And over here we have our little clips that are hanging that keep the weights in place on your barbells. Some heavy duty ones also. Of course the pull-up bar, I use this all the time. I love swinging on this thing and doing pull-ups and leg raises. Highly recommend a pull-up bar. You don't need one in your home gym, but highly recommend it if you want to get really strong. So over here is our free weight section. I think that it's essential to have a kettlebell in your home gym. We have a couple different ones. This one that we have, I use a lot. This is an adjustable one. I will put a link down below. It's nice because this back comes off like this, and then you can adjust the different weights to it. So I really like this one a lot instead of having like a whole bunch of different kettlebells. But kettlebells, you guys, make you so strong, and they're really good at helping with functional exercises, things like that. So highly recommend you get yourself at least one kettlebell, and ideally an adjustable one. This one is our bigger one. This is 53 pounds. And if you're a guy, I recommend that you buy a 53-pound one. For a girl, if you're like a beginner or so, you don't need this heavy. An adjustable one's just fine. But kettlebells really, really make you strong and really like help with functional exercises. So we use these kettlebells all the time. And by the way, this is from the same company as the bumper plates. So I'll link this one too. We're coming over here. These, like all of this goes together. These are power blocks that my husband bought, I believe in 2015. So we've had them for quite a while. As you can see, they're dusty. He doesn't use them very much. I never use them. They are nice to have for bodybuilding exercises like stagnant, if you're just standing in one place and want to do curls, or you want to do shoulder presses, because they're adjustable. So you just take this little thing and you pull it out, and then you adjust it to whatever weight you want, and then after that you can just pull it out like this, and that'll be like the weight that you want. The only thing is they're just really bulky, as you can see. That's why I don't ever use them. For me, like I do so many like multi-directional exercises and dynamic exercises that these don't work for me. They're too bulky, but they are a nice option if you're just doing like bodybuilding exercises. And these go up to 120 pounds each. So that's kind of nice because it's hard to have a full set of dumbbells that go up to 120 pounds at home. So that's why we originally got them, but they just ended up being a little too bulky. So these go on these to make them even heavier. It's the extender pack. But no, these are not like essential for your home gym. I would recommend, if you have the money and the space, to invest in a nice set of dumbbells ranging from 5 pounds all the way up to, for me, all the way up to like 60 pounds. That would be really ideal to have 60-pound dumbbells. I don't have the money right now or the space for all those dumbbells. So I'll show you the dumbbells that I have. They work out just fine for my workouts right now. But instead of getting like these kind of things, I would rather get dumbbells because they're just more functional. So over here is my dumbbell set. I just have a set of 20s, 15s, and 10s. Those are totally fine for me and my body weight and my strength. I use the 15s the most, just for my different type of body weight exercises that I do. So we ended up buying these at a sports resale shop in San Diego, but I have a link down below, an Amazon link that you can check out if you're interested in these type of dumbbells. These I never use. I used to use these quite a bit before I got the dumbbells. They are nice because these adjust, so this thing comes off and you can put different plates on the little bar there, so you can adjust these. I don't like these very much because this thing comes loose a lot, so I don't use them very much. Sometimes I'll use them for if I'm not like jumping around or anything. These tend to get loose when you're jumping around and doing other like high impact exercises with them. So that's why I don't use them very much, but they're a nice option if you're doing like low impact some exercises. Anyways, over here, one more thing. This is a sandbag. I should use this more often, but I don't. Yeah, so this sandbag is from Ultimate Sandbag. My husband bought this for me for Christmas or something like that a long time ago. I've used it a couple times. I just don't use it very much. I should use it more because this is a really nice piece of equipment to exercise with. It just adds a different dimension to your workouts and your exercises and makes like lunges, squats that much harder because of the instability of the sand. I should use it more often, but yeah, I don't. So I don't really view this as essential to your home gym, but a nice thing to have. So this old thing is our bench that we use. I highly recommend you have a bench if you have a squat rack, but you don't need a bench if you don't have a squat rack, so it's not really like that essential. But a bench is really nice to have for your home gym because it just adds a different surface if you need to lay down and do exercises. We bought this in San Diego out of another guy's garage. So as you can tell, we've like piecemealed a lot of our stuff together, which I think is the best way to do it. But this was secondhand, and we bought it already kind of like rusty, and it's even more rusted out. We definitely need a new one, but it still does the job. It still serves its purpose. It's adjustable, so it goes up into a sitting position like this. So if you buy one of these, you want to make sure yours adjusts like this so you can do seated exercises. You have that option. So yeah, highly recommend a bench if you have a squat rack, and then if you don't have a squat rack, you don't really need it, but I do recommend you have one. They're not that expensive, especially to get a used one. One more thing. We have these over here because we don't use them anymore, but we used to in our other home gym. We have a dirty basket and a clean basket, and it was for our workout towels. So I would just keep a pile of like clean workout towels in this one, and then when we were done working out, we'd throw our sweaty ones in this one. So it would just be nice because our house in California, where we came from, was really big, and it was a pain to like try to get all the dirty stuff from the garage gym and then carry it up to the laundry upstairs. So we just sort of like accumulated the dirty ones, and then after like a couple weeks we would throw them in the wash. We don't really use them anymore, but I've kept them just in case we want to use them again. Lastly, exercise mat. Essential to your home gym. You need an exercise mat. I don't really need this one for these because I already have the stall mats down, but exercise mats just make your exercises more comfortable. You can take this anywhere that you need to take it. You can take it outside and do your workout outside, so it gives you some extra cushion and a better surface. So I don't. This one's really old too, but I have another one that I use from Target that I like in our house. So I have a workout space in our house too. Okay guys, so that'll be it for the video. That's our whole gym tour in our garage, and I highly encourage you to build your own home gym out of your garage if you have that kind of space, or whatever space you have in your house. I really highly encourage you to start building your home gym. You just start with one piece of equipment at a time. You start small and then you get bigger as you go, and over the next few years you'll have your home gym like I do, and it's totally worth it. It's worth all the money that you'll spend. It's worth all the time. We use this thing every single day, and it's especially now with COVID, it's just, I'm so glad we have it. But yeah, leave a comment down below if you have any questions about anything, if you have any suggestions for us too. Like I said, we will be moving to a different property in a couple months, so this Thunderdome 2 will now turn into Thunderdome 3 in our next location, and I'm very excited because our next location's garage is bigger than this one and more well built, so we'll have a little bit more equipment to show you guys. Like this video if you liked it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and little bell notification icon so you don't miss any future videos with me. I upload 1 to 2 videos every week depending on my work schedule. Share this video if you want to with a friend, and remember to always be kind to yourself.